I'm Jason Webb. Welcome to the Marketing Correspondent Show, where I take everything that I'm learning for my online business to be successful and share it with you so that hopefully you can be successful too. So I'm really excited today because I don't know, have you ever been in a situation where you have this vision, you're thinking that you want to do something, and you start off, you're all excited. Maybe it's, if you've ever gone to the gym or gotten a gym membership or something like that, and you're super excited, you set your goals, you want to lose 5 pounds, you want to lose 10 pounds, whatever it might be, or you're, just about to start a new venture in business, or maybe you're working for somebody and you're in sales and you're like, okay, this month I'm going to hit this amount of sales, I'm going to make this many calls, I'm going to meet this many people, I'm going to close this amount of business. And then at some point you feel like you run into a wall and you get stuck and you're not moving any further. Well, in business, especially if you're running your own business, that might happen a lot. I know for me, it's happened often. It's continuing to happen. It's happened in the past when I started to try to figure out what businesses I wanted to start, what businesses I wanted to go in on, and I realized that one of the biggest challenges, this is actually something that really hit home when I was listening to Russell Brunson from ClickFunnels. I'm actually going through one of his courses right now called the One Funnel Away Challenge. And one of the things the concepts that he brings up is that it's not about how, it's about who. So it's not the how, it's the who. And what he means by that is that a lot of people like me who have a vision, who have goals, who have, frankly, shiny new object syndrome, right? Where you have one business idea after another or one goal after another that you're always chasing, but then for some reason, we end up stalling at one point or another. I know for me, it happens where, if I have, I'm an idea guy, right? So I can have an idea for, my entire family, all my friends. I can say, you should be doing this, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, you should be doing that, right? But executing is a different story, right? And for me, sometimes I feel like even guilty sometimes. Like I'm building this company, Follow Up Fuel, which is an email marketing copywriting tool. And one of the things that I've run into along the way as I'm trying to figure it out and build the product and get it out there is that I am not able to do certain things. So if I'm not able to do certain things, then I stop and I try to learn whatever it is that I don't know. And then if I try to learn it and I'm either not grasping it fast enough or I'm just not getting back to the thing that made me want to start the business in the first place, then I start to slow down, my energy level starts to go down, I start sinking in my seat, in my chair, and then before you know it, that vision that I had, the thing that I was really excited about, I'm not excited about anymore. And that's one of the things that Russell mentions in the One Funnel Away Challenge is that, you end up in this loop of what looks like procrastination, right? So here's the vision over here, and you want to try to get there, and you're running as fast as you can, but then what happens is you end up running into this wall that just sort of stops you, and you're like, oh, I have to figure out how to, I don't know, do sales, or I have to figure out how to do copywriting, or I have to figure out how to buy ads, or I have to figure out how to hire people, or I have to figure out, any number of different things. And while you're stopping to figure out everything that you're doing, your vision ends up getting lost and you slow down, and then the momentum and excitement is lost. And before you know it, that vision seems farther and farther and farther away, and you wonder why you even started that business in the first place, right? And it could be something, like I said, it could even be just something as simple as losing weight and going to the gym. And so as he mentions that, not who, or not how, but who, I've heard that concept over and over again, right? From different books and different podcasts and all that stuff. And I realized that that's kind of what I need to do to sort of get me to where I need to be. So the reason why I'm excited is that I've really embraced that concept, I'd say, over the last year or so, where, I do have this vision of selling a product online and building the kind of a company and the kind of product that I can really be proud of, where it can be something that is scalable beyond me. Because right now my first business, which is an executive recruiting business, isn't necessarily scalable beyond me. It relies on me sitting on my computer, talking on the phone, figuring certain things out, putting clients with candidates together and all that stuff. So I really wanted to figure out a way where I could grow a business that is scalable and grows beyond me. And so as I'm putting all of this together, I realized that I can't do it all. I'm not, frankly, a copywriter. I don't really know Facebook ads all that well. I don't know Google ads all that well. I didn't even know the whole, the digital marketing, online marketing thing. So I've been learning as much as I possibly can. And like I said, my latest course is the One Funnel OA Challenge that ClickFunnels and Russell Brunson are doing such a fantastic job with. But I'm trying to learn as much as possible. But as I'm learning, I'm also realizing that that I need help. So the reason I was excited today is that I talked to someone who I got to know through the first sort of beta launch of my email marketing tool. And over the course of months, we've talked, we've had a lot of conversations, and he's been advising me on sales copy and sales pages and all that. And we just had a call today, and I was really struggling with how to price my products and where to put them in the funnel to elevate and to ascend new customers up the value ladder, so they could buy and we could maximize the cart value. And so we talked this morning. I asked him that for 5 minutes of his time. I said, seriously, only 5 minutes, because usually when we get on the phone, it ends up being half hour, 45 minutes, an hour, because we're just vibing. We're really excited about the project and what we're doing together. And so we got on the phone, and it ended up going about probably, I think, 45 minutes or so. But at the end of the call, what I was having trouble with and what I was stuck in my mind and I couldn't necessarily figure out was no longer. It did not exist anymore. That problem does not exist anymore. So I was excited about my vision to begin with, and how, because I'm excited because I'm getting closer and closer and closer to releasing it and launching it and all that stuff. I'm getting really excited. And then I started feeling really, I'd say, down, and I had a lack of energy before that call because I just didn't know I didn't know how to actually fix that problem, right? I just didn't know how to fix that problem. Half hour, 45 minutes with him, the problem's not a problem anymore, it's fixed. And so I guess the point is that, and again, as Russell said on the One Funnel Away challenge, is that it's not necessarily about how to do it. So it's not, if I sat there for the rest of the day, even and into tomorrow and the next day or whatever, trying to figure out how to actually get the pricing problem within the funnel solved on my own, I probably would have failed miserably. I would have lost my enthusiasm and excitement for the release of this new version and the launch, and maybe I just would have done it wrong. Maybe I would have finally figured it out, and it would have taken me a few days. At the end of the day, I'm still not as good as Sander Puerto is the person that I was talking to. If I would not be as good as him because he's been doing this for many years where I have not. So that's the lesson, I guess, today, which is that figure out what you're good at and what you're not good at, and what you feel like if you could just find the help of someone who's better at it than you, who could get you to your vision faster, and while you're focused on some other pieces of the puzzle. That's one big way to sort of break out of that procrastination loop, keep your enthusiasm and excitement level for that vision so that you can hit it faster and be happier. All right, so that's the lesson for today. I'm gonna go and figure out what else I'm not good at, I guess, and delegate the rest. In the meantime, I will see you next time.